T-shirts that have Japanese English words. Have you seen those? Stationery with English words. Have you ever seen those? And if you read the stationery, if you need the T-shirts, they make absolutely no sense. But the English, but it's in English. You can identify the words. It will say, for example, jump, run, happy today. And you don't know what it means, but it is in stationery. You might see it on T-shirts. You might see it on, and you wonder, why would you want to put something that doesn't make any sense on T-shirts and stationaries? Why? Because it's English, and because they call it language display. English is language display. English is not just for, this goes to show that language is not just for functional reasons. You just use it. But that language it stands for something. It stands for something. To speak in English, even if it's wrong grammar, let's say, you speak to, I'm not sure in Taiwan, but maybe, I haven't been there, but maybe in Taiwan, you can speak a little bit of English, maybe. You would be considered a little bit more class, a little more social, perhaps. You can read an English book. You're in the train and you have an English book open. Maybe you don't understand all of the words there, but you're reading Tale of Two Cities, let's say, a very big one in there, and you do this, and you are looked at as cosmopolitan, very like this. And it's true. Yeah, that is the reason. And English is not just, and this is what we always forget, it's just this. It's just talking. It's not. English stands for something. This is what I'm trying to get at in this paper, which is why people are fighting over it. It's a valuable resource, whether it is here or symbolic. And I think in Vietnam, it would be the same. You hold really a big book in English there, learned, advanced, cosmopolitan, you've traveled, you must be rich, all these things. That's what English stands for. And those T-shirts and all that are about that. When you wear that T-shirt, you're making a statement about your status. Versus wearing, let's say, I don't know what other kind of shirt. The statement of status. It doesn't matter anymore if the language makes sense or not. In a way. Yeah.
I have a question. How does the grip of English? Because the Filipinos have, in a way, their own English. It's called the Philippine English. Then how does the grip affect that?
Is there such a thing?
For example...
Is there such a thing as Philippine English?
Aside from the so-called Carabao English, there's the so-called...
What is Carabao English?
The Baroque Tagalog.
That's your form of English, yeah? But anyway.
Then the Philippine English, like the word salvage, it means different from in other places that it means here. For example, for salvage, here, it means to kill someone. Well, there, it means to save someone. So how does the grip...
Okay, I will answer the question by the way, I think, sidestepping it, by saying that, first of all, the idea that, I find the idea of a Filipino English, I think a lot of there's a lot of talk now in the field called world Englishes. It's very celebratory. I call it celebratory post-colonial. Because they say, oh, we've made English our own. This is now our language. It is now like this. When you write your paper for your English class, do you write it in Filipino English?
How dare you?
Because the so-called Filipino English is actually because such words has different meanings. I can't really suggest this. How will the readers know, or my teacher know this means this, or this means that?
Yeah, let's say, can you say, as a Filipino, furnitures. Can you say that in your paper? Furnitures. The furnitures in my house, because this is Filipino English. The furnitures in my house were moved yesterday. Can you? Can you say that in your paper, English class? Or would you get wrong, like this? Would you get it?
I think I'll get the wrong one.
You'll get the wrong one. Which is what I'm trying to get at, I think. In a way, I'm sidestepping the issue. What's the impact? I think the grip of English is, we still very much rely, for one, on standard English. Standard English is still the best, right? That's That's why you say Carabao English. Yeah. Standard English is still the best. Carabao English, mix, code mix, and Taglish and all that, they're kind of at the bottom. Now you cannot use them, for example, I guess in your papers, if you write in Taglish would be, I mean, the English teachers in the department would be absolutely horrified if you were to write in Taglish or Carabao English, for example there. You would get a very low grade. Now what I'm trying to say here is that the script of English is such that our standards, what is our standard here? Standard English, basically. Filipino English, I would say it's almost like a honorary guest, parang pampalubang loob, in a way. To say that there is Filipino English that's celebrated, when in fact, the standards that are in place, and the standards which many of our high school students, grade school students have to meet, and which they find difficult meeting. The standard is standard center American norm, not British, American norm English. That's a standard. And that's what we make that's what's correct, quote unquote. That's what we make our students learn, what we make you learn in Ateneo. And Filipino English, well, we can celebrate it, but really, in the end, what matters? Yeah.
Hi, Bea. I'm wondering if there's a gender component also in this
A gender component.
in regards to the grip of English. I mean, knowing that, with regards to the grip of English, knowing that a lot of ended up in service sector, in our all female. I mean, mostly domestic helpers or entertainers.
You mean they're hyper-correcting?
Yeah, I don't know. So, is there any? How would you actually factor gender component?
I'm not sure if there is a gender thing to it.
Yeah, gender.
I think I would need to, again, you have to empirically establish it. But I mean, if you want to look at it, the idea of correctness is masculine,
Right.
quote unquote. Yeah, and the idea of negotiation and all that is
It's
quote
more
unquote
feminine.
feminine.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know
So,
if there's
I
such
mean,
an
if you want to talk about it in those terms,
Yeah.
yeah. But I don't know if the fact that most women, a lot of teachers are women,
Right.
has anything to do with correcting English. I don't think so. I think my sense, but I think most teachers just correct and use standard because they are teachers. Yeah, I don't know if gender,
Factors,
yeah, I
yeah.
wouldn't know. Yeah.
Just a reaction to what you said. Actually, in English, we use formal English when we teach, but however, in other subjects like math, for example, or social sciences, because in high school I was taught social science in English, sometimes they use informal Taglish. So why isn't it? Why aren't we open to the concept of a Taglish way of teaching? Because it's informal, and people use it commonly nowadays. Actually, if you go to the math department, that's how they teach.
Yeah.
Of course, they use English for technical terms, but